What is up, guys? It's Slay here, and welcome back to another World of Warships The Legends gameplay. And today we are back in iKraken cuck gameplay. And today's ship will be the Tier 5 British destroyer, the Icarus. And let's just say, unfortunately, we don't get a Kraken. But in other news, I believe that Icarus will be a ship that I will get a Kraken in the future, just by how amazing the ship is. And I don't usually brag about British ships. I mean, besides, the Fiji, Dambra, and other ships. But when it comes to British ships, I really don't mention much about them. I don't make a lot of videos about them. But the Icarus is really, really fun ship, and I actually enjoy the Icarus a lot. Not more than my Monahan, of course, but it is definitely might be the second favorite destroyer at Tier 5. And just to start off with what it has, 4x1 120mm guns, which means it has the smallest calibers out of any Tier 5 destroyer. The French and the Russians have 130. Americans, Japanese, I believe, have 128. And the Italians, well, there's only one destroyer. I don't remember, but I believe he's 128 as well. The Leon. The Leon, I believe. It's 128mm. Might be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. What's so amazing about the Icarus is, besides its limited smokes of 7 smokes that only last 40 seconds, which you got a time, by the way, is it has the 1x1 launchers that the cruisers have as well. So you can launch torpedoes 1x1, which is amazing. On top of that, it has sonar, which, other than the British, the Germans have it. On top of that, you have decent guns. I mean, 120, I already mentioned that. 5.5 second reload. Pretty fun. Definitely a ship that I could get a Kraken in, and most likely will get a Kraken soon. Once I position myself into a Kraken game. Now, perfect storm for a Kraken game. But this video, I could have definitely gone for a Kraken, but instead I went for... Hold on, give it a second. How did...
Enemy destroyer foundered.
What just happened? Those torpedoes meant for Bayern just sunk the Z-39? Don't know why. So, speaking on... Before I was rudely interrupted by a player not paying attention to his torpedo indicator and getting sunk by torpedoes that weren't even meant for him. I was going to say that the Icarus has really good guns, and despite its pretty average reload, it does get the job done when needed. 4x1. Sets fires, as you can see there, I set 2 fires on the bind already. I'm going to get a second kill of the game. And we're already up to 37,702. Now, when it comes to its HP, it's not the best, but it does get the job done. The ship also does not have an engine boost, which other destroyers do. And that means that you're mostly relying on the smoke and sonar combo, which is pretty good. I mean, if you compare it to the T-61, which is also a pretty dangerous ship, and I believe I have demonstrated that in the past. When you have sonar and smoke, it becomes a really frustrating thing to go up against. And that's what the Icarus brings to the table. Now, when it's the smoke, it is a short endurance of smoke, so you gotta keep in mind that only lasts for 40 seconds, and then you're on the go again. So, in this game, Definitely could have been a Kraken, but I went back, was doing what pretty much this game's all about. It's a team play. You always gotta put team play above everything, and that's definitely what I was doing here. I really didn't care if I didn't get the Kraken or if I got the Kraken, as long as we won the game. And right here we did spot the, or I believe the Fuso did spot the T-61.
Attention.
Sonar
Reporting
picks
the
it up.
target position.
The only difference between the T-61 and the Icarus is that his sonar is more longer distance than mine is. Mine picks up ships, I believe, at 3.5. Torpedo ranges are 8.7 with my build. And speaking of builds, let me show you guys what I have as my commander. My commander is one and only, probably the only destroyer commander that you're gonna use in the British, for the British line, of course. Well, maybe there is another build, but I preferably would go with this commander. Our inspirations is a heavily concealment inspirations, as you can see there. You already know the inspiration commanders. As you can see, I selected again for the perks, more concealment, and our legendary perk there. Yep, pretty much. I mean, plus 10 knots is pretty good for that perk, so as long as you're next to an ally, you got your setup pretty good. We're up to 3 kills, 52,402 damage. This New Orleans AFK
Smoke screen set.
smoked up to see if he was going to move when spotted, but he hasn't. Also wanted to cap this with no problem. So we're going to reload our torpedoes and send them one by one. That's the advantage of having those one by one launchers. It's the most beneficial vertical torp launching one by ones instead of sending them out spread. I mean, you still have the spread option, which is pretty good against battleship that is going in a straight line. But in this situation right here, the one by ones are way better. And you're sending them. I believe I'm sending them all out, which I should have. But this game's gonna pretty much end pretty early. Unfortunately, I couldn't make it to the North Carolina in time. The other team, I believe, or the other enemy ship was in New Orleans, so there's no way I was gonna make it to Sea Flag anytime soon. Especially when you hit 35 knots at max speed, you're not getting anywhere in the ship. But we do sink the New Orleans AFK, so really not impressive. I mean, we have 69,469, which is pretty ironic. The spies hoping to get 69,420, but you know. 8 torp hits, 5 floodings, you know, 3 fires. Pretty good game, I'm not gonna lie. Icarus is having a really good game. 2 cap defense, I believe that is. And we did capture a flag earlier, so that's pretty good. Let's see. This game is pretty much wrapped up. New Orleans right there. 14.0 kilometers. North Carolina is my best shot at what could have been a Kraken if he would have hit behind the island. I still have 5 smokes. Still have a sonar. HE's loaded. And let's see. Hitting about 34.9 knots here. 35. Going down as I turn. So far this ship's been a really fun ship. The next ship I'm probably going to showcase might be a British heavy cruiser. So British, I don't believe I have introduced this cruiser before in the game, but I will definitely bring it on to the YouTube video, of course, not the show, YouTube video, and explain why it needs a buff. If you know what ship I'm talking about, then you know, leave a like. Yep, the game's over. After that ship, I'm probably gonna bring another Kraken video I have in store. And right there, we just finished our milestones. 130. Top of the leaderboard was 4 kills, 3,401 XP for a really good game. As I mentioned, 8 torpedo hits, 3 fires, 4 shots, 69,470 for a really good game. Like I mentioned, I do have a iKraken video in store that I might upload after the video of the British heavy cruiser. But anyways, guys, if you enjoyed this video, leave a like, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care. Peace.